Hey guys, welcome back. Today's workout is full upper body using dumbbells. I do also give alternatives if you don't have access to a bench. So literally anyone with dumbbells anywhere can do this. So screenshot the workout if you want to give it a try and let's get into it. First up, you will be doing flat chest press for 3 to 4 sets of 6 to 10 reps. If you have access to multiple dumbbells, then aim to increase the weight each set if possible. If not, just make sure to use a challenging weight for all 3 sets. And so I do give you a range of 3 to 4 sets for most of the exercises, and that's just depending on how you are performing. You can gauge whether you want to stick with 3 sets if that feels like more than enough for you, or if you have a little bit more in you and you really want to push it for a 4th set, then you can go ahead and do that. Now in a second you will see the variation without a bench, and that is if you don't have access to a bench, you can just do them off of the floor. So you are going to lose a bit of range of motion at the bottom of the movement, but it is still a great alternative when you don't have access to a bench. This variation I actually incorporate either with dumbbells or a barbell from time to time in my training because it can be really helpful when it comes to improving your press by working on sticking points and lockout strength. So although you do lose some range at the bottom, you can also benefit from this variation in many other ways. Next up is a superset starting with bent over single arm rows for 10 to 12 reps. First, I'm showing a variation doing them off of a bench, which will be more universally friendly for anyone who does not have a lot of practice with this movement or hasn't built up a lot of strength in this position yet. But I will also show the non-bench variation for my more experienced peeps out there, where you are bent over in a staggered balance stance, bracing onto something. So with this variation you're seeing, you can really rely on that bench to keep you fully stable and in control. But I do find once you become really strong in this position, it to be a bit limiting, and you are better off with the non-bench braced variation. That variation will require more use of your core and other muscles to pull and provide stability, but in turn, it will also allow you to be in a stronger position to pull heavier. That is my preferred way of doing them, and so I would say my newer to this movement peeps out there, stick with the bench variation to start off, and then those who are more experienced, or as you gain more experience and more strength in this position and in this movement, then try opting for a non-bench variation and see if you feel stronger in that position. Now, a few quick form tips. You want elbows in. You do not want them flaring out. You want to row that weight back towards your hip, not pull it straight up. You want to bring your arm up to the point where you feel a full squeeze in your lat and then release back down. You don't want to bring your arm up super high where it surpasses your lats or causes your torso to twist. You want to bring it just high enough for a full contraction and then release. Your lats are the focus here, so let your lats do all the work. You will then be supersetting the rows with leaning lateral raises. I absolutely love to incorporate a lean to make the movement a bit more challenging, but if you don't have anything to lean off of, just do standing straight up one side at a time. Now, you want your arm path to move slightly out in front of your body rather than directly out at your side or behind you. You want it to just be just slightly in front of your body. I also like to use a split stance here to make it easier for the dumbbell to travel in front of my body at the bottom of the movement to get a bit more stretch just before going back up. You also want to make sure to keep the neck and traps relaxed as you bring that weight up. And once you feel that full contraction in your delt, go down and repeat. You're going to be doing 12 to 15 reps per set per side for 3 sets, and you are good. Next up, you will be doing the standing single arm shoulder overhead press. I like to use something to lightly brace myself with, but you can also just hold your non-working arm straight out and it will help counterbalance in the same way. Now you want to make sure to keep your core braced and body straight as you press through the movement and allow the working side to do all the work. This exercise will definitely challenge your core strength as well with challenging enough loads, but if you find yourself twisting or driving more with your other side to help maneuver that weight up, you need to lower the weight down a bit until you can press firmly up while keeping aligned, and then you can go ahead and increase from there. Aim for 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps for these. And to end the workout, you will be doing a tri-set. So that means 3 exercises back to back with no rest. Once you complete all 3, you will then rest and then do it all over again. So starting off with the rear delt swings. I do have the non-bench variation included as well, so just keep watching if you need that. It's kind of hard to see here, but if you had seen my last shoulders and arms workout I posted that had rear delt rows in it, this is going to follow that same arm path where you're wanting to move out at around a 45-degree angle from your body so that you can target those rear delts really nicely. Now, it can be kind of hard in this position to tell where you're pulling because you are just bent over staring at the floor. So to make it easier, I just use mind muscle connection and will move where I feel my delts the most and make sure to just get a good squeeze at the top. So anywhere around 45 degrees, a little more, a little less, just make sure that you feel it really well in your rear delts and you're good. Now, these are called swings, but you still want to be controlling the weight and not just allowing momentum to move the weight for you. So slow your reps down a bit if you feel momentum just completely taking over. And so for my non-bench variation peeps out there, you will just perform them bent over as you see here. So you won't get that added stability from the bench support, but this variation will still work great and do what needs to be done when you don't have access to one. Then right after the swings, you will flip over and get into skull crushers to target your triceps. You want to bring those dumbbells straight up above you with a hammer grip, and from the elbow, you will let those dumbbells travel down. So your arms should be locked into position, and then you will only be moving from the elbow to bring that weight back down, which is what will allow you to achieve a full stretch in your tricep. And so once you do feel that full stretch, you will bring that weight back up and repeat. I then also will include the non-bench variation in the clip after this, and that's just doing them off of the floor, which I also love to do in my training a lot. So off the floor, off the bench, whichever variation suits your situation. Finally, to end the tricep, you will flip back over one more time and get into spider curls, which is a bicep curl variation where you are hanging your arms off of a bench and curling them up simultaneously. And for my non-bench people out there, I would do these hanging off the end of my couch or a chair if I'm doing them at home. If you're just in a busy gym, you just want to keep it simple, you can just perform a standard bicep curl or whichever curl variation you would like. This variation is really good at targeting the biceps and really isolating them and just putting them to work. So if you can do this variation, I would definitely suggest incorporating it. But if not, whatever variation you would like is totally fine. So once you perform 3 sets of 10 of that tricep, you are finished. So I hope you guys enjoyed the workout. If you're looking for more structured training, you can find my 12-week workout program in the description box below. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Workout requests are always welcome in the comments below as well. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.